Every day, thousands of steel containers move through global ports like this one, forming the physical backbone of international trade. Within this massive network, billions of dollars in cargo move through systemic cracks designed to protect the American market. When border enforcement opens these containers, the paper manifests supposed to detail the origin of the goods do not always match the physical reality inside. U.S. enforcement now targets decentralized networks that obscure a product's true origins within the global flow of goods. A new White House report outlines the scale of this problem, detailing what it calls the Great Transshipment Scam. This map illustrates the administration's findings, identifying over 40 countries at risk of acting as supply chain conduits for Chinese goods. Filtering to look strictly at highest-risk Tier 1 economies reveals trusted allies like Canada, Japan, and the EU, alongside rapidly growing hubs like India. The resulting lack of transparency in global shipping impacts American industrial production and the national trade deficit. To understand how these goods are hidden, we have to follow the cargo across the ocean. Standard transshipment from country A through hub B to destination C is legal, but it becomes illegal tariff evasion when Chinese products detour for minimal processing or use fraudulent relabeling to mask their origin before reaching a U.S. port. A single container can leave one port as a Chinese export and arrive in America labeled as entirely different cargo. High U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods created a financial incentive for companies to utilize these alternative shipping lanes. In international trade, goods will consistently flow toward the path of lowest tariffs. This dynamic places a rapidly expanding economy like India in a difficult position. The White House report explicitly notes that the Indian government is not deliberately facilitating tariff evasion. Instead, the risk stems from India's volume of legitimate trade. Domestic factories are producing quantities of electronics and auto components for global export. For customs agents intercepting illegal Chinese tech, a wave of legitimate Indian electronics provides camouflage for smuggled goods to slip through unnoticed. Currently, investigators rely on a manual process to intercept these shipments, spending hours tracing shipping routes and untangling layered corporate ownership. To close these gaps, Washington is preparing a wave of tougher border enforcement. U.S. Trade Advisor Peter Navarro has warned that the administration plans to deploy new enforcement methods to catch these rerouted products. This visualization represents an AI-powered monitoring system known as Detective Border. The software algorithm analyzes shipping data to automatically identify and flag suspicious cargo patterns. If the AI detects anomalies, the system can trigger penalties or apply retrospective tariffs long after the cargo has crossed into the United States. The burden of intercepting illegal trade is shifting away from physical inspections on the docks and toward predictive digital algorithms. As long as tariffs exist between major economies, these hidden supply chains will continue to adapt across the global logistics network. For rising manufacturing hubs such as India, operating in this environment means their legitimate exports will face permanent scrutiny from American customs. As the economic dispute between the U.S. and China persists, the logistical hubs connecting them are no longer neutral territory.